I got in that time, right?
You done good.
Yep. And Patty's in now, so we're good.
Let's
Okay.
roll.
Would you like
All
to
right. I am so sorry. I thought I had
Jill?
everything. I thought I had it down.
Jill, go ahead and tell John we're ready to start.
Okay. We're streaming now.
Okay, thanks. Good evening. I call to order the open meeting of the Somerset County Board of Education, November 17th, 2020 meeting. Yes, we'll skip the pledge since we don't have a physical flag. And we'll start with correspondence to the board.
All right, so to the board, you all received one email. It was from Mr. Matt Langford. I forwarded that email to you, even though it was sent directly to you, and that was all the correspondence. I know you responded back, and staff will be working to address the questions that were in that email.
Okay.
That's all we have for correspondence.
All right, thank you. FY 2021, should we skip that? It's like we're moving on to approval of the open session, October 20th minutes. Have you had a chance to review those?
Can we table those until the next meeting?
Pardon me?
Can we table those until the next meeting?
Sure. I
I
have a
haven't had a
motion.
chance to go through them.
Okay, I have a motion to table the minutes of the October 20th open meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to table the minutes of October 20th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier this afternoon, the Board of Education met in a closed session meeting to review and approve the closed meeting minutes of October 20th, 2020, to review and discuss the personnel report on confidential personnel matters, section 3-305B, and to consult with legal counsel to discuss confidential legal matters and obtain legal advice on appeals, and to perform administrative functions and other confidential administrative matters. All the board members were in attendance except Mr. Wells, who was said to be new business. Dr. Gaddis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have in front of you policy 100-13. It is what has happened is I've started going through the policies, starting with the 100 since they deal with the boards. This was a policy about our meetings. It had been changed so that the board had two regularly scheduled meetings. You'll see on the first page that is taken out, and there is a paragraph that better describes our meeting. And then throughout the document, there are five other spots where we updated the annotated code so that it has the right section. So it just simply states that we will have one monthly meeting and we can schedule other meetings if necessary.
Right.
And so I'm asking for this to be approved for first reader.
All right.
So moved.
Pardon me?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Next in front of you, we have the policy 600-18, which is the early childhood school admissions. A couple years ago, actually back in 2014, the state established some new things that had to be done for early school admissions. If you all will remember, when It used to be there was a date in September, and we got into a point where actually the date was later than that you could enroll your student. The state slowly moved that forward. We still have folks who will want their child to enter pre-K or K early. This policy is done by Miss Carton and Miss Bartamy. It's a very good policy. It's what we need to have revised. I will tell you that I'm asking for first reader, but we also found out today there may be some more changes to it. But I'd still like to offer this to you. Again, it's early admittance into early childhood, which is pre-K, kindergarten, and third grade. Approval for first reader.
Okay,
I so move.
thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Our third policy of the night is policy 700-19. We had asked when we changed the agenda that this be for first and final. And if Mr. Davis is here, this all came from a situation we had occur, and we found out that we didn't have a policy to address it. And so Mr. Davis took the lead on this. So I'm going to ask him to update the board.
So policy 700-19 in its original form basically addressed the certification of teachers. We have in our employment, we have several people that have various licenses and certifications. We have occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech and language pathologists. We've got certified occupational therapy assistants. We got speech and language pathologist assistants. We have individuals employed that need to maintain a CDL. Mr. Scott, our food service manager, he has certifications that he needs to maintain. And so what we decided to do was take the policy that pretty much addressed just teacher certification and expand it to address anybody that required credentials to hold that position. So the language that you see in red basically just expands it to talk about certification, licensure, and license endorsements. We also made a change about No Child Left Behind because now we're operating under Every Student Succeeds Act. And so basically that is the reason why we needed to expand this particular policy so that it covered everybody, and that we wanted to make sure that we also established a means of having those records monitored on a bi-yearly basis, because many of the licenses, they come up at various times throughout the year. And we certainly don't want somebody operating without the proper license, just as we don't want anybody operating without a proper certification. Or, so, because a lot of times when we have people like speech and language pathologists, when they are operating, they need to have their license so that we can then file for medical assistance or not medical assistance, MA billing. I'm sorry. If we have someone that is operating without the proper licensure, then we run into a problem, obviously. So we've established a method to monitor the credentials that people need to maintain. We want to maintain a record of those credentials. Obviously, everything is contingent. When a person is hired, we make sure they have the credentials, but it's a matter of making sure that they maintain and continue to have those credentials throughout their employment. So that's a brief summary of this particular policy, and I would like for it to be first and final.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to approve policy 719 for first and final?
I so move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Margaret, second, and so did Patty. Any further discussion on this policy? Hearing none, All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Gaddis, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you for that. Our next policy is 800-11, Title I Family Engagement Policy. This is something that is done every single year and has to be a record of it. Ms. Bartamy, is there anything you want to add on this?
This has gone through all the schools' PAC meetings and our county level PAC meeting, and it does meet our state guidelines.
Okay. And this is what we do yearly, correct?
Yes, it's an annual review that we do every year. We just have to do a first read if we can. Sometimes you guys choose to do first and final because there are no changes recommended by anyone on either committee.
Okay. Mr. Jeffers, would you be okay with the first and final?
Definitely.
Okay.
All right. May I have a motion to accept policy 800-11 for first and final? Okay, Troy has made the first motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded by Patty Monk. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion's carried.
Madam Chair, I think
All right.
Miss Margot Green-Gale is muted again.
Yes, Margot, you're muted. Troy.
Hopefully.
She'll come back in.
Okay. Facilities and capital planning, Dr. Gaddis.
At this time, I'd like to turn things over to Ms. Haley.
Good evening, Chairperson Nicholson, members of the board, Dr. Gaddis. I have for you tonight the second reader and for approval, the capital improvement plan for FY22. Again, this is unchanged from last month. It is one request for state funding to replace all of the exterior windows and doors at Greenwood Elementary School.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the capital planning, facilities and capital planning report?
That's a move.
It's been moved by Mr. Brittingham. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded by Patty Monk. There's no further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion's carried.
And the chair voted aye. Is that correct? Since we now
That's
have only
correct.
3 members in attendance.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Monthly financial reports.
So I'm going to stand in for Ms. Johnson tonight. The spending for the month of October has been $4,226,006. There are no negative balances in any line items, therefore no budget transfers. As Dr. Gaddis indicated, Ron Hickman with TGM will be here in December to present the audit. And I'm looking for the board's approval of the October 2020 expenditure reports.
Okay. Yeah, I have a motion to approve the October
That's a move.
expenditure reports.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Mr. Brittingham and Ms. Monk. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right, motion's carried, and the chairman voted affirmative. All right. Food and nutrition.
So again, I'm going to stand in for Ms. Johnson presenting this report. for information. Because of the pandemic, our meal counts are extremely low. Our breakfast count is, from last year, our breakfast count is currently down 54,516 meals. Our lunch count from last year is down 59,988. Our total meal count is down compared to last year at 114,504 meals. Therefore, we have current loss in dollars of 268,939. The meal pickup program continues at all the schools, but the numbers they're not good at all as far as the numbers of meals being picked up. Are there any questions?
Is there possible to change the method if the numbers aren't too well with the meal pickup? Is it possible to go back to the delivery option that we had in the spring?
We could certainly look at that, yes. I mean, we have, obviously, we have bus contractors that are available. We were delivering to the Garland Hayward Center. We were delivering to the It Takes a Village down at Chrisfield. For some reason, those numbers weren't what they were last year. Maybe we need to re-examine the other locations that we did go to in the spring.
Okay.
I'll have to talk to Mr. Scott.
Thank you.
Are the parents aware? Are the parents aware that these meals are available? Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of media out there with the schools' Facebook pages, and connected calls had gone out, and I'm asking the principals to promote it as much as they can with anything that gets mailed home. Children were in. You had the backpack mail at the elementary level, so they had opportunities to send stuff home. But we will continue to market it and promote it because we certainly do want to make sure that our families are taking advantage of it.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Personnel matters. Mrs. Whitlock.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Chairperson Nicholson, Dr. Gaddis, members of the board. The November personnel report this month includes for you 1 professional new hire for your approval, 4 classified hires for your information. We have also have 4 classified rehires. They are individuals that were laid off last spring and have been brought back to the district, and 5 classified transfers for information, and 1 classified employee resignation.
Okay.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the personnel report?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? It's been
Second.
moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. The board will conduct an open regular meeting on Tuesday, December 15th, 2020 at 4 p.m. to immediately consider voting to convene in a closed meeting pursuant to Section 3-305B of the General Provisions Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland. The board will reconvene an open regular meeting at 6 p.m. The meeting will be streamed live to Town Hall streams. Additional information can be found on the Somerset County Public Schools website. Superintendent and board comments. Dr. Gaddis.
I want to thank everybody for their flexibility tonight in meeting online. I also want to thank everybody that's watching in our community for everything that they've done through this pandemic. We are in a great state of flux and not knowing what is going to happen. My message to everyone quickly tonight is we're going to be doing a robocall later this week. We're also going to be doing a video next week just to try and keep people informed. We understand the hardship that this pandemic has caused people, but we're also in a situation where we were able to successfully open schools. We had about 56% of our students back, and then we had to shut down. Now, there are a lot of reasons out there that people think we shut down. We didn't shut down because of the election. We didn't shut down because I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. Those were both emails I received, by the way. We didn't shut down because we wanted time off, because we don't get time off. We shut down because our community numbers are through the roof. Today, we are at 11.09% and 25.65 per 100,000. We cannot reopen schools until we have 7 consecutive days below 5%, which we're double that right now, and below 15 per 100,000. So next Monday, the 23rd of November, and we're going to put this in the phone call and we're going to put it on Facebook. But next Monday, if those numbers are not starting to come down or they are not under 5%, there is no way we can come back on the 30th. The Board of Education, the leadership team, our county is committed to getting our students back, but we need everybody's help. I understand that it's not comfortable wearing a mask when you're out. You have to now by Maryland law. Whether that's enforced or not is on the Board of Education. But we are wearing our masks, we're wearing our buildings, we're doing what it is we need to do, and we need everybody's help. The issues that we've had have been community spread. And so I'm asking everybody to do their part to help us so we can reopen. There are systems across the state that are changing what they're doing. Some are now looking at April and May. No way in the world do we want to do that. I want to open up on November 30th, but I'm being honest when I say at this point, that's doubtful because of where our numbers are. There is going to be a meeting tomorrow with the Somerset County Health Department and the state of Maryland. They would like to do an emergency testing site that will be announced. We will have that at one of our schools, so we'll let people know that as well. But those 4 weeks that we brought students back, those that started that first week, there was such benefit to that. Our teachers have worked very hard. Our parents worked hard. And I know people were upset last time when we had to shut down because of what it means for them, because of what it means for daycare and their jobs. We're doing our part. We need everybody to do their part, because if our numbers are not 5 or below or 15 and below for 7 days, we can't reopen. So if everybody just passes that along, look, I understand the importance of family. I said it today on Channel 47 when they interviewed me about this. I understand the importance of family. I want nothing more than to have all my family together. However, with family members that have had COVID, with an 86-year-old mother-in-law, we're not going to take that chance. And so I'm just asking everybody to do what they can to help us, because truly, this is going to take everybody. If the community takes this serious and we're able to get those numbers down, we're going to be able to reopen. Otherwise, there's going to be uncertainty, but we have to make a decision. So again, November 23rd, next Monday, we will look at our data, we will see where we are, and then we'll have to make a decision. If we're still above 5, there's no way we're going to open on the 30th. So everybody, please do what you can. Thank you for your patience. I know it's a hardship, but we want our kids back. We want our schools back open and running, and we want our teachers back in the building being able to do what they do. So anything you can do is great. I also know it's Thanksgiving time. It's going to be different. I encourage everyone to reach out. If you can't be with somebody, if you can't bring that family together, go visit, call them, FaceTime them, do whatever, because more than ever, we need that human touch. We need that expression of love and of gratitude. And if you're like me, I'm 53 years old. I grew up shaking hands. I grew up hugging it at Thanksgiving time. And I grew up, seeing friends and doing those things. And that's kind of been taken from us now, but maybe we can get back to that if we all pitch in and help. So thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you will do. And hopefully you'll hear from me soon with positive news of us being able to reopen.
Thank you, Dr. Gaddis. Troy.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to thank Dr. Gaddis, as always, for keeping us up to date. I think every day we have some type of conversation or communication about what's taking place in our schools and keeping us up to date on what's taking place. And I just want to say hats off to all of our students for being rock stars on this whole thing. I know it's not easy. I know it's been kind of hard with being in school and then being back on virtual. I want you all to keep pushing. Keep doing your best. And our teachers and our parents, thank you all, because none of this will be possible without you all. So I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving and be safe.
Uh-oh, we lost you, Troy.
Okay.
I'm done.
Patty. Oh, are you done? Okay, thank you, Troy. Patty?
I just want to thank everyone for all their work that they're doing, and just take this time to remember that no matter what's going on, we still have a lot to be thankful for, and to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Miss Margot?
Okay, I think everything has been said as far as parents and the students are concerned. So I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving too. If you have family, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It just looked like Tom was not hearing me. But anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you have family, if you can't visit them, give them a call and just let them know how much you love them. You know, my family's not with me now, so it's really a difficult time for me. Thanksgiving and Christmas are really difficult times for me. But those of you who have family, love them. That's all I can say is just love them. And we just pray for everything to take a turn for the better. It just seems like everything we hear now is bad news. We need some good news. So we'll do all that we can to do that. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Well, I got admonished this past week by my daughter, who's Chief of Emergency Management for the Army Corps of Engineers for the Baltimore District. And she said, Somerset made it into our report. And she said, why didn't you tell me? She said, I'm sitting there saying, Somerset County. She says, Mom. So I'm getting a lot of advice from her. Again, the same thing with wishing you a happy Thanksgiving and reaching out to those that can't be with you. FaceTime Thanksgiving dinner. But be safe. And remember that to wash your mirror, wear your mask, wash your hands, say your prayers, because Jesus and germs are everywhere. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thanks so much. And on that note, I'm going to call for a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
It's been moved by Mr. Brittingham and seconded by Ms. Gale. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you so much.
All right.